Hello, we are going to go over how to solve three variable systems with your calculator, specifically in a matrix. Now, I just want to point out that what we're about to do in the calculator can only be used when all of your exponents are 1. They can't be used with conic linear systems because the equation of a circle has exponents of 2. So a matrix is just an organized way to display all of our data. In order to put this into a matrix, first of all, I'm going to create bars because all of matrices are contained in hard brackets. And in order to get into a matrix, we're just going to drop all the variables. And we're going to keep all of the coefficients. So my coefficients for the first guy is 1, 1, -1, 6. The second equation, my coefficients are 2, -3, 2, -19. And my last equation, my coefficients are -1, 4, -1, 17. -1, 4, -1, 17. Basically, I rewrote the entire system without the letters. But notice how everything is very organized. All of my x's are in the first row, columns go up and down. All of my y's are in the second column. All of my z's are in the third, and all of what I'm equal to is in the fourth. And then my rows are just equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. I'm going to put this matrix into the calculator. I'm going to tell the calculator to solve it, and it will spit out what x, y, and z are equal to for you. Now, in order to put this into the calculator, we're dealing with a matrix. And if you look at the left-hand side of your calculator, 2 buttons below the green alpha, it says matrix in blue. So I'm going to hit second x to the -1 to get to matrix, and you're going to have 3 options. Those 3 options are names, math, edit. We're actually going to use all 3 from right to left. So we're going to start with edit. We need to edit what our matrix is. And it's going to say this 1 by 1. That's actually called the dimensions of your matrix. And dimensions go by how many rows and how many columns do you have. Now, I have 3 rows and I have 4 columns. So my dimensions of this matrix is a 3 by 4. And if you ever forget, you could kind of just play around with it until you get the right shape that you wanted. But for 3 variable systems, it will always be a 3 by 4 matrix. Once you put it in your calculator, you'll never have to edit the dimensions again, unless you reset your calculator. I'm going to type everything in that I see here into the calculator. So I have 1, 1, -1. And if you're using a negative, please make sure you use the negative button, which is down below, not the subtraction button on the side. So I put everything in the calculator. What you want to do is double check, actually triple check, that everything is correct. Because if you have one number off, your calculator is going to give you the incorrect answer and you will never know that it's incorrect. So always double check your work when you're using the calculator. Now that you set up your matrix, you're going to hit second, quit to get out of it. From there, you're going to go back to matrix. And we are now going to use math. Now that you have your matrix, you need to tell the calculator what to do with it. And we are going to scroll down to choice B. That's going to be RREF, stands for row reduction echelon form. Do you need to know what that means? No, but row reduction is a process that you could do algebraically by hand, but you're telling your calculator to do it for you, which is a very complicated way to say, solve the three variable system for me. Specifically choose ref, not just ref. You want the two R's. So this is telling your calculator to solve the three variable system. But now you need to tell it what system to solve. We have matrix A. You need to tell it to solve matrix A. So we're going to go back to second matrix. And now we're going to choose matrix A, which is our 3 by 4. We are going to hit enter. And this is actually a matrix in echelon form. It has ones all along the diagonals, and then your answers are set up at the end. So I'm going to copy this down onto my paper. So now you just have to read this to get your answer. Remember, the first row, or rather, sorry, first column vertically was x's. So this is saying that 1x is equal to -1. So x equals -1. Then you have your y's. 1y is equal to 3. And z. 1z is equal to -4. If you wanted to write this answer as a coordinate, it would be -1, 3, -4, because you would go in alphabetical order, x, y, z. And the answer that is not a value in the solution is going to be 2. Let's try the next one. If you need it, here are all the steps again for you to refer to. I highly suggest you try this in the calculator because if you don't, you will forget. Now, this one is a little bit different because your variables are on different sides. You need to make sure that all of your variables are on the left and everything else is going to be on the right. Or rather, the constants are all on the right. So what you have to do is for the first equation, you need to add 2x to the other side. This is going to be 2x plus 1y, and then we don't have a z. So this is going to be plus 0z equals 14. Don't forget your placeholders. Next one is 3x. There is no y. So plus 0y as a placeholder minus 4z equals 2. We have 3x minus y plus 0z equals 16. Now, all of your variables are on the left. They're all in order. They all have placeholders. You're great. All of the constants are on the right. You never want to set these equal to 0. You're going to create your matrix with just the coefficients 2, 1, 0, 14. 3, 0, -4, 2. 3, -1, 0, 16. And you are going to put it in the calculator. Now, when you go to second matrix and you go to edit, we're still editing matrix A. Always just keep matrix A. All of your dimensions are already set up. It's always a 3 by 4. You're going to type in all the numbers from this matrix. So I put all of my values in, and once you have all of your values, double check to make sure that they are all correct. We are exiting out of this by hitting second quit. We're now telling our calculator to solve the 3 variable system for us. Go back to second matrix, hit math, scroll down to ref, 2 R's, choice B. You told your calculator to solve the 3 variable system, and now tell it to solve what 3 variable system. Go back to second matrix. We've used edit, we used math. It's time to use names. Put in choice 1, matrix A. This is saying solve matrix A for me, and you get this. I'm going to copy it down for us. So I have my values. I have that 6 is x, 2 is y, z is 4. If you were to write this as a coordinate, it'd be x, comma, y, comma, z. And we'll get more to that when we solve these systems algebraically in class. Anyway, they're asking what is the value of z, x, y, z is 4. Okay, you guys are going to try the next two on your own. Make sure that all of your variables are on the left side of the equal sign, all of your constants are on the right side of the equal sign, and that you include any placeholders. Good luck!